everyone. Welcome to the InStyle Knitting Studio. In this lesson, we will learn how to knit a knit edge. Here, I have a hat with ear flaps. By the way, I have a tutorial for this hat on my channel. I will definitely leave a link under this video. And there will also be a link at the top for those who want to edge and make a neat knit edge here. I decided to record this lesson. Maybe someone will find it interesting to see how I will edge this hat. So friends, if you're interested, stay tuned and enjoy watching. I knitted this hat with 4mm needles, and my yarn had a length of 100 grams, about 100 meters. I knitted with 7 thin strands. I will perform the knit edge with 2.5mm needles, that is almost 2 times smaller than the main size of the hat. And my hook is also 2.5mm. I will also take a yarn that is half a size thinner, but I can't make it exactly half. I will knit with 4 strands. So, I knitted the hat with 7, but now I will edge it with 4 strands. The approximate length will be 200 meters for 100 grams. So let's take our hat and place it with the front side facing us. This is the front side of the hat. We start from the back of the head, the front side facing us. And from the center of the back of the head, we begin to pick up stitches along the edge of the hat. So, I take the yarn in 4 layers, as I mentioned. You can use needles or a hook. In some places it will be inconvenient to pick up stitches with needles. Therefore, we will use a hook. And by the way, it's better to take a one-sided hook. That is to say, on one side there should be a hook, and on the other side there should be a dull end like this. Then the loops, which we will gather using the hook, can easily be transferred to the needle. I will start by using the hook. I may also gather with the needles at times. So, approximately in the middle of the back of our head, I insert the hook, catching both half loops at the very end here, and I pull the yarn through. I use the yarn in 4 strands. Here, the first loop is lifted. Now, we need to lift loops all along the edge. Here, there's a knit row coming, and I insert it this way. Here, it doesn't really matter how to insert it. The main thing is not to catch just one half loop, because there will be such holes. I insert into this row right here. I catch both half loops and lift the second loop. Next, for the purl, it's the same. I catch both half loops at the edge and raise the third loop here. My knitting diverges a bit, because this is where the pieces were joined. Well, generally, I insert the hook in a way to create fewer holes, but for each row, we lift 1 loop. Here goes the knit row. I lift 1 loop, then, where the purl is, we also lift 1. Here's a knit stitch, mine is not very nice. Next is the purl. Here, at the corner, when we transition to the ear, I will probably insert the hook somewhere here, because the stitches are very stretched here, and I will lift from here. Then we move on to the edge of the ear. Here is the edge. There are selvage stitches here, and for both half loops, you see, for the selvage. We lift the yarn through both half loops. Here is the next edge. We are lifting 2 half loops. Now, we will slowly transfer these loops onto the knitting needles. I find it easier to lift with a hook, so I will probably use the hook and then transfer to the needles. Here are the edge loops. We insert the hook or needle into each edge loop and lift the stitches through both half loops of the edges along the entire length of the ear. So, we have lifted them. Now let's move to this side of the ear. Here we need to lift the stitches so that it all looks nice from the front, especially here on these corners. I will also be lifting through both half loops. Here's my stitch at the corner. On this side, by the way, we also try to lift a thread from each stitch. Like this, we have the tail left at the back. We need to lift stitches here. This is our front side. Let's continue. Here we will also gather in a way that does not leave any large gaps. If there are such holes, it is better to insert the hook a little closer to the center. We lift stitches all around the ear. This is how I have gathered my stitches. The tail seems to have stayed inside. That is, we have gathered stitches in a circle on the front side. We have slightly rounded, yes, our ear, and now we are transitioning to the brim. We tried to make a nice transition from the ear to the brim here, minimizing the holes since the stitches here are stretched. We are now transitioning to the brim, but since it will be sewn like this, this is the front side of the brim. So let's check. We continue to gather stitches, but now we look from this side to make it pretty. So that here I have this nice front braid. So I do not touch it with the hook, but only take these edge stitches. I have caught the edge stitch, and there is my beautiful front braid. It runs along the front side. This way, we lift all the stitches along the brim. Here, similarly, everything that was beautiful on the front side. The ear, and we return to the nape. So, well, I have lifted all the stitches on the ears, on the brim, on the nape, in general. Here, the start of the knitting will be the middle of the nape. We mark the beginning of the row with a marker. And then we simply start knitting with knit stitches. In the first row, we knit in the back loop that is more convenient to knit, and then in all subsequent rows, we will knit the knit stitches in the front loop. That is, knitting in stockinette stitch in the round. Alright, we knit all the stitches as knit stitches. So well, friends, I have knitted 4 rows in the round. I have 177 stitches in each row. And now, this is the start of my row. I am knitting the 5th row. Here, I have finished to the first string. And here, it needs to be passed. The string needs to go here, to the front side. It will bend to the back side. This is the front side of the hat. So, how can we do this? I decided to just do everything. Not to make any increases, but just to pass the string to the front side. I have knitted approximately to the middle of the string. This is the ear. I will pass it here, Further, I will start to knit the stitches as if behind the string. I have knit the front, the string is taken to the front side. Then I just start to knit the next front. The only thing is the string needs to be moved here. The knitted fabric will tighten, and it will look good here. If you don't like this option, then see how it can be done. You can knit to the string, 2 stitches before the string, knit them together as a knit stitch leaning to the right, then 2 increases. After that, 2 stitches together as a knit stitch leaning to the left. Thus, it will create a hole. Here is such a little hole, through which the string will easily pass. But I decided not to do it that way. I decided to simplify the task for myself. I just knitted with knit stitches and transferred the string right here. That's it. Now I will finish the 5th row. We will also do this on the 2nd ear, just like here. I will proceed. You choose for yourself which option to knit. By the way, the height of my stockinette stitch is currently about 1.5 centimeters. This is my 5th row. After the 5th row, I will knit 4 more rows, so I will have a total of 9 rows. 4 rows on one side, the 5th row here at the fold, and 4 rows on the other side. The height of the facing will be about 1.5 centimeters. I knitted 9 rows. Now the marker can be removed. Now I need to take a crochet hook. With the hook, we will be folding our stockinette stitch and making this facing. We will sew it on, so here is the working yarn. And what will I do? Look, this is our first stitch, the first knit row. We go down and look for the point where we inserted the hook. When we originally cast on the stitches, I started with the purl row. And I am inserting the hook right here. If you look from the back side, the hook is where the yarn is, that is, the end of the yarn. Yes, the beginning of our cast on. And this little roll, it should be somewhat inside. So we will fold it like this now, and that's it. The edge of the hat should be inside our facing, so now. Insert the hook. What do we do next? We take the first stitch from the left needle onto the hook, removed. We grab the working yarn and pull it through both of our stitches. Here's the stitch we pulled out, right here from below. This is our first stitch, meaning we sewed it on like this. So here's the next row. We are going down to the base, inserting the hook. After this, we transfer the next loop from the left needle to the hook. We've transferred it. We grab the working yarn and pull it through this loop and through this hole. Now we have 2 loops on the hook. Now we pull this second loop through the first like this. Here, we check the next row. There it is, we go down, we insert. You can also check from the wrong side to see if this one is positioned. The royal is inside, so we insert the hook under it. We've inserted the hook. We take the loop off the left needle onto the hook. We grab the working yarn and pull it through both of these loops. Here are 2 loops on the hook. We pull this last loop through the first. Here is the front row at the bottom. A hole like this is immediately visible. We insert, take the loop off the left needle, and grab the working yarn and pull it through. We have 2 loops now. Then we pull this new loop through the one that was just made. We are not tightening this loop too much. Let it be a bit stretched. Here, we insert the hook here. We grab the last loop from the left needle, transfer it to the hook, and pull the working yarn through all of this. Now we have 2 loops on the hook and we pull one through the other. We continue this way until we complete the entire edging. So that's it. I've sewn everything up. My last loop. So what do I do at the end? I pull the yarn, leaving it not too long, cut it, and pull it into the needle with a large eye. Here is my last eye. Loop and the yarn comes out. Now I will make a similar loop and connect it to the first loop, here. I insert the yarn from top to bottom through this first loop behind both halves like that. And I return to where my yarn exits and immediately to the wrong side. Now, I have a loop like all the others. That is to say, the seam is not visible. Now we need to secure this thread from the wrong side. We have completed our overcasting stitch. Now I just need to hide all the threads that are left from sewing the pieces together, in principle. They could have been hidden as I was sewing, as I was doing this overcasting stitch. But mine are thick, and I decided not to hide them. Now, I will divide them in half and hide them with a needle. Let's say, 1/2 of the threads on one side of the overcast and the other half on the other. So that the overcast is not too thick and everything looks neat. I will show you up close how the overcasting looks. From the front side it lays beautifully in the form of this braid. This is the edge. And from the wrong side, it is also a braid, but with little grooves. It looks pretty good too. On our visor from the front side, these grooves turned out just right. And here's the braid. We need to sew the visor on and that's it. This is how the overcasting stitch is done. It seems to me quite simple. It just takes a little time. Thank you, friends, for watching. I hope everything was clear to you. If you have any questions left, ask in the comments, and also follow the links below this video to knit such a hat. I wish you happy knitting. See you in the next video. Bye.